split the water into half. Right now, if you look in your cup and the water splits in two, something crazy is going on, yeah? So that's one type of miracle. Then there's another type of miracle that's crazy at Yackov. And everyone shares the stories of Yackov. People have mices with the ignorance, people have also stories that people have with the Rebbe. That's a different type of miracle. That's Yackov. Then there's a third type that the nature somehow is movable and not movable at the same time. Meaning, something happens in nature.
Go ahead.
Okay, something happens in nature where it's as if the sea is splitting, but the nature supports that.
Are you sure, bro? What do you got?
So say it then. No, I can't.
It's hard exactly to understand, but there's three types of miracles, he says. First, he said the miracles of the Exodus itself, which were miracles beyond nature. The water changing to blood, the water changing to dry land. Those were completely beyond nature, which it said the language of the Mimer was that because the world itself shatters, at least in that specific detail of the world, because the world, in that part of the world that the miracle is happening, like, so to speak, completely shatters. Therefore, the revelation of the Or itself is not found in the world itself. Even though people can still see the miracle happening outside the area of the miracles, but in the detail of the world the miracle is happening, the world completely shatters. But then the other two types of miracles are miracles that happen within the natural law, which means that there's still a miracle that's not the same thing as nature itself, but it's like a unique force of the same Or itself that created the supernatural miracles, but it's in a way that it's able to cause the laws of nature to still be laws of nature, but so to speak, change themselves around to fit the will of the miracle. Similar to like it says the difference between willpower and delight in the soul. So if someone just has willpower can like rule over someone. The willpower can like force someone to do anything, even if it's against what they really want. But delight is like something where it's like it actually changes like the nature of someone's entire being, such that the things that they do kind of naturally fit that delight, even though it's still not the same as what they would do anyway. If that makes sense. So the second type of miracles are miracles in nature, but we still realize that they're miracles. But the third type, it says, nowadays they come from Hashem himself, which is beyond Seder Shalshos, and they're in nature, meaning like they cause nature to change itself. But nowadays we don't realize it at all, and when Moshiach comes, we will realize it, but it's still not the same as nature. So the real question is, when Moshiach comes, what's going to be the difference between the second and the third? Because there's still going to be a difference, because they're unique in their source. What do you think?
What are the second and third?
Yeah, the difference between the second and third in the beginning in the Mimer said is that